What do butterflies mean to you?
They are a sign of taking care of creation.
They make me think of spring and the summer times, so, they're pollinators. So they make me think of that, just everything that spring is.
To me, butterflies represent the passage of time and how much you can get done, because they do a lot in a short amount of time.
I enjoy just seeing them. They are a happy thing to me, I guess, when I see them, which I like. I don't know, they bring me joy when I see them.
They signify nature. They're very beautiful.
They symbolize some things in my life. For example, death and life and rebirth in and of itself. They symbolize new times.
Butterflies mean many different things to people, but what exactly are they? What do they do, and why? Butterflies and moths are insects that make up the biological order called Lepidoptera. This word comes from the Greek for scaly wing, referring to the scales that cover their wings. Technically speaking, butterflies are a superfamily of day-flying moths. In the order Lepidoptera, butterflies make up their own giant family, and they fit into the even larger family of moths. Many people assume that butterflies are colorful and moths are not. But many moths have striking colorations, like the Luna moth, for example, and many butterflies are plain and brown. Like other insects, butterflies have a body that is segmented into 3 parts: the head, thorax, and abdomen, as well as 6 legs. Butterflies have 2 sets of wings, and the namesake scales that cover them aid their flight, provide protection, and soak up sunlight. A butterfly's senses are very different from a human's. They have compound eyes, which have a very wide field of vision, and are able to see ultraviolet light. Butterflies can detect food, mates, and predators, but they see each of these things in a completely different way than humans do. They have a set of versatile sensory organs called antennae that are used to detect smells, feel vibrations, and collect information about their environment. Butterflies eat using a long straw-like structure called a proboscis, and they use their feet to taste their food. For us, it would be like standing in juice and drinking it from a giant curly straw. However, butterflies were not always the winged wonders that we know and love.
How about metamorphosis, too?
Okay, yes,
right?
And they're changing,
Yes.
right? Going from little caterpillars into their, what is it?
Butterfly.
Yes, chrysalis. There's a word.
Turn into butterfly mush and then a butterfly.
There we go.
It's like a symbol of evolution, a symbol of change. And just like honestly changing for the better into something beautiful.
Transformation, if something as seemingly small and insignificant as that can transform fully and make the world a better place, why can't we all, I say.
The first stage of a butterfly's life cycle is an egg, laid by a female on the species host plant. After the egg hatches, the caterpillar crawls out and begins to eat. A caterpillar's only job is to eat and grow. As a caterpillar grows, it must shed its skin 4 times. The period between a caterpillar's sheds is called an instar, and caterpillars go through 5 instars before they're done growing. Shedding its skin enables the caterpillar to keep growing, and it will at least double in size with every instar. The next life stage is the pupa, or chrysalis. When it is done growing, a caterpillar will crawl in search of a safe place, and it will attach itself to a leaf, stick, or other object to begin the process of metamorphosis. Inside the chrysalis, the caterpillar is changing. Its cells break down and completely rearrange themselves, and after anywhere from a few days to a few weeks, it will emerge anew. The final stage, the adult stage, are the butterflies we're so lucky to see. Every butterfly is a caterpillar that defied all of the odds stacked against it, and they only get more interesting as they get older.
Well, I would like to think that probably that's someone that just needs to know more about why they're important. I think a lot of people appreciate them for the aesthetics, because they're pretty, and I would probably encourage them to learn more about the butterfly's place in nature.
Adult butterflies have some fascinating behaviors. Mimicry is an adaptation that protects plants and animals from predators. Butterflies commonly mimic each other's appearances. One type of mimicry is when a non-toxic or palatable species mimics a toxic one. Another type of mimicry is when two toxic or bad-tasting species both evolved similar warning colorations. This pair of butterflies is an example of mimicry. The monarch and the viceroy have the same colors because they are both bitter-tasting. They can be differentiated by a smile line on their hind wings, which a viceroy has and a monarch does not. Another interesting butterfly behavior is puddle clubbing, and it can commonly be seen on wet soil after a rain. Rather than to dance the night away, they are there to drink important minerals from the soil that may not be found in nectar. This group of eastern-tailed blues is drinking up some nutrients from wet soil. Butterflies can also be found feeding on fruit and sap, like this tawny emperor eating a banana, or animal remains, like this group of hackberry emperors eating a pile of scat on the road. Sometimes, butterflies are really gross. But butterflies are also both lovers and fighters. Though they're small, male butterflies can often be seen defending territories. They chase away other butterflies or other insects, then return to their perching spot. These butterflies are chasing each other away from their territories. However, if they see a female in their territory, they will try to woo her using sight or smell. If the female is receptive, she will accept his advances. Butterflies mate by clasping the ends of their abdomens together, and the male gives the female a sperm packet to fertilize her eggs. This pair of pearl crescents could stay locked together for a few minutes to a few hours. The two will fly around while clasped, and the female often pulls the male behind her. This process starts the life cycle all over again. So, where would we be without them?
I'm not sure we would exist, would we, without butterflies?
Without pollinators in general, but I feel like it'd be kind of dull.
They're indicators of especially biodiverse population, or indicators of healthy lands and, by extent, healthy waters.
A world without butterflies would be a lot less exciting, just like visually, and then also the lack of butterflies would mean problems for nature and ecosystems and crops and that sort of thing.
Butterflies serve both as a pollinator for plants and as a food source for insects and other animals. Caterpillars are an incredibly important food source for baby birds. It takes a few thousand caterpillars to raise a single nest of birds. Multiply that by all the different bird nests in all the different forests in the world, and you'll end up with approximately 1 gazillion caterpillars. Adult butterflies feed many organisms like birds, bats, other insects, and arachnids. And outside of their environmental impact, they also feed the soul.
I believe that butterflies for me are a symbol of hope and change, especially in our community. Like, they always show up when the weather's starting to get beautiful again. It's just like time for good times.
It brings joy to people, and I like when they land on my finger.
Like many other plants and animals, butterfly populations have been declining. But in 2018, someone decided that something had to be done.
I'm Paul Switzer. I'm the director of the Urban Butterfly Initiative. And the Urban Butterfly Initiative is a community service nonprofit. And what we do is put butterfly habitat into cities, beautiful, kind of low maintenance, native plant butterfly habitats in cities. And in the process, we're trying to educate people and connect people with nature.
In the heart of East Central Illinois, Charleston has become a butterfly oasis. Dr. Paul Switzer, a biology professor at Eastern Illinois University, has made the Urban Butterfly Initiative, or UBI, his passion project over the last 7 years.
I've always been interested in nature. As a kid, I was out, looking at bugs, collecting bugs, watching birds, and was interested in butterflies then. Once I started working as a professor and wanted to start, thinking about improving nature in kind of the face of
everything that we've kind of done as humans to kind of destroy nature. I realized that butterflies were a really nice kind of gateway animal to thinking about nature and getting people interested in nature. And so that got me interested in butterflies in a completely different way, more as a kind of a charismatic hook of kind of connecting people with nature so they could start caring about nature. Because I think, you know, if people know about something, then they're more likely to care about it, and butterflies are a great kind of introduction to that.
Since its founding, the Urban Butterfly Initiative has installed over 50 acres of native pollinator gardens in Charleston and the surrounding area. There are 3 facets of UBI's mission: biodiversity, outreach, and research. Biodiversity, simply put, is the variety of life on Earth. A biodiverse ecosystem is one that is teeming with many different kinds of organisms. UBI works to maintain high biodiversity at their hotspots.
So we do that by creating habitat and kind of removing problematic habitat, which could be just invasive turf grass, which is everywhere and does nothing for the environment. So we have estimates of maybe 40 million acres of turf grass in the United States, and turf grass, most of it is an invasive species. It's been bred to be tough and choke out everything else. And in the process of maintaining turf grass, there's a lot of fossil fuels used, there's a lot of herbicides, pesticides. And so, you know, a lot of those turf grass areas are in town, and a lot of them aren't being used as, you know, ball fields or places for people to have a picnic on. They're just green stuff on the ground, and they're really not contributing to the local ecosystem in any way. And so I kind of thought of the Urban Butterfly Initiative as a way to kind of start changing people's thoughts about what urban landscapes could be and change them into something that actually helped nature rather than hurt nature. And in the process, you know, create an opportunity for people to learn more about nature itself.
The second facet of UBI, outreach and education, aims to get people involved with butterflies and caring about the world around them. They haven't just reached community members, however. The Urban Butterfly Initiative has the help of businesses, volunteers, and the city of Charleston itself.
We don't accomplish anything with the Urban Butterfly Initiative just by ourselves. It's really a group effort, and that's one of the things that I really enjoy about it is all the collaborations we have. And we've got a lot of different types of partnerships, some of which are partners where they're working with us to put habitat at their place. Sometimes they're partnerships where they help us volunteer. Some partnerships are helping us get the plants and the seed, and so on. So we've got a lot of different partnerships that are going on. 2 of the neat initiatives that we have going on right now are the Books and Butterflies Initiative and the Businesses for Butterflies Initiative. So the Books for Butterflies Initiative is a library initiative, and so libraries are really amazing community resources. They're kind of a centralized place where people come to learn and interact, and so we're working with libraries to create some butterfly habitat in those areas and also connect them with other resources. The other program that we have going on is the Businesses for Butterflies program, and the Businesses for Butterflies program encourages businesses to, you know, maybe carve off a little bit of the landscape at their business and put native plants there, because native plants are the ones that are going to provide the resources that our native animals need.
UBI's third facet is hard science. Dr. Switzer uses the help of the Charleston community to collect data about the butterflies here. He also has conducted research projects with EIU students.
We're keeping track of populations of butterflies and other creatures that are in the areas that we're working, as well as doing actual scientific studies, specific studies on particular aspects of their behavior and ecology.
There's so much to learn about the butterflies in the Coles County area. In Illinois, there are 5 common families of butterflies. The largest family is Nymphalidae, or the brush-footed butterflies. These butterflies are the only ones that walk on 4 legs, but they still have 6 like other insects. Their front pair of legs is very small, kept close to the body, and could serve a sensory function. This family is large and diverse, and this family contains the butterflies that live the longest and travel the furthest. One member, the mourning cloak, can live for a whole year. They spend the winter as an adult, coming out on warm days to search for food. The family with the largest butterflies is Papilionidae, the swallowtails. Their tails are similar to swallows, the birds they are named after. Ironically, these tails are an adaptation for surviving bird attacks. This tiger swallowtail is puddling, a common behavior for swallowtails after rainy days. Swallowtail caterpillars have a special organ called an osmeterium, and it can be expanded out of their foreheads to ward off predators. It secretes a sickly sweet-smelling pheromone that is meant to act as a deterrent. Pieridae are the yellows, whites, and sulfurs. Their name, sulfur, may come from their bright yellow coloration. They're some of our most common butterflies, often seen on roadside fields because their caterpillars feed on agricultural plants. Because they are found on roadsides, they are unfortunately seen often in the grills of cars. Lycaenidae, or the gossamer winged butterflies, are named for their small and delicate appearance. However, despite their size, this family contains the only carnivorous caterpillar in North America, and some other species parasitize ant colonies. Hairstreaks, coppers, and blues are the most common groups in this family. An identifying feature of many hairstreaks is the tails on the edges of their back wings. These tails and spots are used as a mock head and antennae to try to deter predators from biting their heads. When resting, these butterflies move their hindwings to move the tails, drawing the predator's attention. This Edwards hairstreak is displaying these defensive behaviors. The fifth family is Hesperiidae, or the skippers. Skippers can sometimes be referred to as an intermediate between butterflies and moths because they share characteristics with each group. But they also have many unique characteristics of their own. For example, they have hooked antennae, while most other butterflies have clubs. They also move very quickly and have a characteristic skipping flight pattern. Finding and identifying each of these butterfly families takes practice, and that practice has been adopted as a community event in Charleston. Every year, UBI hosts an event called the Butterfly Blitz. The event is 10 days long, spanning the last week of July into the first week of August. During the Blitz, Coles County residents are tasked with photographing and submitting as many photos of butterflies as they can. Because of the hard work of UBI and those involved with it, Charleston has gained notoriety in the butterfly community. Charleston, Illinois has been designated the butterfly capital of the state. The citizen science website called iNaturalist, which is what UBI uses to record their data, holds records of over 70 different species of butterflies in Charleston and Coles County. Some of them are uncommon in this area and can be blown in by storms. In the last 3 years, Charleston has had some new species appear and establish populations. This red-banded hairstreak is a member of a new population that was first discovered in 2024. Their discovery marked the 74th recorded species in Coles County. Engagement has grown and UBI has gained the support of both local and international organizations.
One of the really kind of cool things that's happened as a consequence of doing all the things that we've done with the Urban Butterfly Initiative and working with all the partners that we work with to accomplish what we're doing is that we've gotten some kind of neat recognition. One is the Charleston now is the butterfly capital of Illinois, which is really cool, but we've also gotten recognition from national and international groups like the National Wildlife Federation. Because of all the different activities that we've done, we've qualified as a Monarch Champion City in the Mayor's Monarch Challenge that the National Wildlife Federation puts on, which is a recognition that very few communities in North America have accomplished, and so that's quite an honor. Another really cool thing that has happened as a consequence of all our work in the Charleston community specifically is that the city of Charleston now puts on a butterfly festival every summer. And so we've had 2 of those. They've been a great success. They've involved hundreds, maybe thousands of people coming to learn about not just butterflies, but the natural resources in general and all the opportunities that are available in the Charleston community for outdoor recreation.
So, why care about butterflies?
Nature is really in trouble. Study after study has shown that, at least in terms of biodiversity, we're really having problems. And that's not just with butterflies, it's with all different types of creatures, plants, just all aspects of our local environment. And that has consequences. So, if you're looking at insects, they're, right down above plants at the base of the ecosystems, at food webs. And so when they collapse, the whole system collapses. And we're part of that system. We can't just kind of technology our way out of this. And so we need to start caring about what we're doing to the environment. And so with Urban Butterfly Initiative, we're just trying to show people that, hey, even just in a little way, you can make a difference. And by doing that, maybe then you can start thinking of ways that you can make bigger differences that are going to have even a bigger impact.
It is humanity's job to be stewards of the land we inhabit and to rebuild the habitat we have destroyed. Our actions make a difference. The Urban Butterfly Initiative has a website, and they accept donations. They sell merchandise as well, and it can be purchased at Bike and Hike in Charleston. All proceeds from both merchandise and donations go towards funding habitat construction and maintenance for native pollinators. To support UBI, volunteer for them, come to their events, share them on social media, or go looking for butterflies in your neighborhood. UBI hosts community butterfly walks that are family-friendly, as well as site maintenance volunteer work days that allow people to see them in action or to join in themselves. UBI can be found online at urbanbutterflies.org, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Their garden hotspots are located all around Charleston and are free to visit. For help with identification, Dr. Switzer created a free e-guide to the 25 most common butterfly species in the Charleston area for anyone to download. If you encounter a species that isn't in the e-guide, post photos of it in the Grand Prairie Butterfly Club Facebook group. Members from all around the Midwest will be able to help you identify your butterfly, and it's a good place to find out more about butterflies and butterfly-related events in our area. Our world can be a confusing and scary place. However, in spite of the struggles of humanity, nature brings people together. It is with the help of our communities and organizations like UBI that we are able to grow, spread our wings, and learn to fly. So, get outside, get curious, and explore the beautiful relationship between butterflies and you.